Hello guys, full time at the City Ground, Nottm Forest 0, Arsenal 0. I wasn't there, I'm here in my house, kneeling on my kitchen floor, if you must know, in an attempt to get a sort of decent combination of lighting and bearable background. Not a classic, a game that was low on quality, but I'll take it. I think we may have to get used to this, frankly. You know, it's the second time in 5 days that Arsenal have failed to score. It's the 5th time in the Premier League this season, I believe, that we've failed to score. And with the limitations the attack is operating under, there could be a few more between now and the end of the season. So yeah, I think we may have to get used to it. I'm not too disheartened tonight. I watched the game on the British TV coverage, TNT Sports. And at full time they crossed back to the studio. And the host was saying, real disappointment here for Arsenal. They lose more ground to Liverpool, 13 points behind as things stand. So yeah, big disappointment. And I was like, I don't really identify with that. I don't know how you feel. But for me, Arsenal's chances of winning the league ended at the weekend. And I look at this as a relatively decent point in the circumstances. You know, the way they spoke about it was as if Forest are fighting relegation at the bottom of the table. This is the team in third. You know, this is the team who've been next best in the Premier League, apart from ourselves and Liverpool. And Arsenal dominated this game. I would have absolutely taken a point before. I, to be honest, expected Arsenal to lose this one. So, and I thought that even before the weekend. I just thought this looked like a really tough fixture. So, no real disappointment from me. I don't see it as 2 points dropped. I see it as a point gained. I think it helps solidify our position. And I think realistically, Liverpool are on track to win again tonight. Arsenal probably need to be looking down rather than up at this stage in the season and protecting their position. That said, I'm not here to tell you that this was a brilliant performance, that we don't have any issues or any problems. Mikel Merino started up front again. We did something quite different in the first half. It was a very eventful 45 minutes for Riccardo Calafiori. He started at left back, but didn't spend a lot of time there. He was pushing on really high, ending up in the centre forward position at times. Declan Rice starting a little bit deeper and covering for Calafiori when he went forward. And from the attacking side, he had a really interesting game, the Italian international. Hit the post, came closest for Arsenal after a lovely turn and shot with his right foot. Defensively, he had a much trickier time. He was booked inside the first 2 minutes for pulling back Callum Hudson-Odoi, who'd switched over to that right flank for this game. Had another tangle with Hudson-Odoi in the box that wasn't a penalty but could have been a penalty. He was definitely second best in that one-on-one, Calafiori. And that meant he got hooked at half-time. And I think we suffered from that. Kieran Tierney came on, but I think we lost some of the unpredictability, some of the variety in our play. Our best moments really were largely from set pieces. Merino came close a couple of times. Tierney, I think, got on the end of another. There was one nice move with a step over from Merino. A little drag back, in fact, I think it was. Odegaard had the chance, but it was flagged for offside. And that was about it. It's not particularly inspiring stuff going forward. I have to say I'm a bit worried about PSV. I looked at that draw and thought, that's a good draw for Arsenal. Seeing quite where our attack is and how much we've laboured across the 3 games, really, if you think about Leicester, apart from those 10 minutes, West Ham and now Forest. If PSV are any good on the day, they will beat us. You know, if they have threat and if they score goals, we're going to be in trouble. I still think Arsenal are the better side. I still think we should go through. I think anything other than that is a disappointment. I'm just saying, if we play like this, and this wasn't a terrible performance, it was just a performance that lacked an edge in attack. If we play like this against a PSV, we're at risk. We run the risk of going out. I mean, Forest had their moments on the break here. There was a brilliant intervention from William Saliba in the second half. A good tackle from Gabriel in the first half. they don't make those challenges, it's a different scoreline. And I am starting to worry about that Champions League knockout tie, because that's really what we're looking at and what we're playing for in what remains of the season. Although, if we do go through, I pray it's Real Madrid, because I've said this to a few people, I can't watch this current iteration of this Arsenal team against Atletico Madrid for 180 minutes. I'm sure people will call it a tactical masterclass, and, you know, I'm sure there'll be, the tacticos will enjoy it. I'm not sure I'm not sure it's to my taste, I've got to say. But hey, it'd be a first world problem, I suppose, if we do get through that PSV game. Be interested to know what you think about Nathan Butler-Oyedeji. He is kind of the only real striker in the matchday squad at the minute, and he's not even getting off the bench in these sort of desperate situations where we need a late goal. Not sure today quite qualifies, because I think a point, as I say, is not a bad one, and maybe deep down Mikel Arteta knows that, and that's why we saw the likes of Partey and Ben White coming on late in the game. But yeah, I do wonder, will Arteta ever do it, the Butler-Oyedeji thing? I don't think he will. I think it would have to... I just think... I know that he has been reticent to play young players in the past when he doesn't feel they're of the requisite standard. I'm thinking of like a guy like Raul Wilson, for example, who was on the bench game after game after game after game and never got on. Right, there was no sentiment from Arteta, and there was not really a willingness to take that gamble. Yes, he's done it with Ethan. Yes, he's done it with Miles. But I think those are talents on a different level that Mikel is prepared to buy into. I don't think he's going to take a punt on Butler-Oyedeji, just as he didn't take a punt in a transfer market. Just my view. Maybe I'll be proved wrong. We shall see. It'd be interested to know what you guys think. Should he get a chance? Is it worth a try in the complete absence of alternatives? I'll leave it there for now. I'm pretty fatigued. You can probably see that. I've got down on my knees. Will I get up again? I don't know. It's hard, guys, having a kid, having too many jobs. It's a lot, but can't complain. When your job's talking about football, you're doing all right, aren't you? I'll speak to you soon, and I'll speak to you soon. No game this weekend because we're out the FA Cup, so go and do something else. Enjoy yourself. Have a nice time. Bye.